brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allow me to begin by appreciating the invitation extended to the Islamic Development Bank to participate in this very important meeting from the 6th session of the annual coordination meeting of OIC institutions, ACMOI. On behalf of the ISDB management, I would like to offer my sincere gratitude to all of the OIC institutions present here today for attending this meeting for the collective benefit of the Muslim Ummah. The Islamic Development Bank Group attaches immense importance to its relations and cooperation with the members of the OIC family. It is also a fact that the ISDB Group cannot achieve the objective of fostering the socio-economic development of its member countries and promoting economic cooperation and integration among them, which are one of its key strategic objectives, on its own. We cannot do it on our own. It is for these very reasons that over the years, the ISDB Group has developed distinct links with different development partners and with the OIC General Secretariat and all OIC institutions, especially those mandated to promote socio-economic development of our member countries to achieve our common objectives. In this regard, ACMOI is a good platform for exchanging views, reviewing progress of our joint activities, and exploring ways and means for further strengthening our joint action and efforts through the OIC resolutions in various domains, especially those issued by the OIC summits and the Council of Foreign Ministers. The ISDB Group is thus interested to ensuring the success of ACMOI and its various relevant programs. Taking this opportunity, let me stress upon ISDB Group's cooperation in exploring ways to the successful implementation of the OIC 2025 Program of Action. We believe the Program of Action offers great opportunities for strengthening effective partnerships with the OIC institutions in achieving the targets of the program. Mr. Secretary General, the 5th annual coordination meeting of OIC institutions was held in 2019 on the eve of the novel coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, COVID-19 has viciously stricken the world, overwhelming and overburdening the health system worldwide. COVID-19 adverse effects on our people have gone beyond health, leading to a sharp economic contraction in 2020 and pushing more than 100 million additional people into extreme poverty worldwide. It is estimated that half of them are in our common member countries. In this context, the ISDB Group Strategic Preparedness and Response Program, SPRP, was initiated to support member countries in containing, mitigating, and recovering from the COVID-19 impacts. In April 2022, total ISDB Group commitments under the SPRP stood at $4.67 billion US. In addition, the ISDB Group and the Arab Coordination Group, ACG, composed of 10 Arab Development Funds, have jointly committed $10 billion towards post-pandemic recovery, and this target was overachieved. Mr. Secretary General, In the aftermath of the Afghanistan crisis in late 2021, the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers, in its extraordinary meeting held in Islamabad, Pakistan on 19 December 2021, a resolution was issued for supporting Afghanistan and for the establishment of a humanitarian fund to help the people of Afghanistan. The charter of this fund was signed by the OIC and the ISDB on 22nd March 2022, whereby ISDB will establish, administer, manage and operate the fund, while the OIC will undertake the resource mobilization and contribution from member countries and others to the fund. We are pleased to report that the Afghanistan Humanitarian Trust Fund is currently active, and some projects and programs will be launched and implemented soon. We are cooperating with some OIC institutions and with the international community in that regard. In early 2022, we were optimistic about the prospect of a sustained economic recovery as most countries began to bounce back from the pandemic-induced recession in 2021. However, the crisis that ensued in Eastern Europe last February has fomented uncertainties about economic recovery prospects. This twin crisis has reduced international trade volumes, diverted some capital flows to developed economies, and slowed tourism. It has also driven up food and energy prices to alarming levels, triggering global food insecurity. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the bank has endorsed a $10.54 billion comprehensive food security response program package to be approved and processed in the coming 3.5 years, meaning from July 2022 until December 2025. In addition, the Arab Coordination Group has announced a food security financing package of $10 billion for supporting medium and long-term security of food supply in partner countries. These efforts aim to support many countries in addressing food security in the short term and ensure sustainable food systems in the long term. In the response to the emerging challenges, the ISDB has realigned its strategy for 2023-2025. It aims to enhance the impact of social protection and assistance in promoting human capital development, driving green economic growth, tackling poverty, and building resilience. To mitigate the impact of climate change, the Arab Coordination Group has announced a climate action financing package of $24 billion for the next 8 years. Of this amount, the ISDB group will contribute $13 billion for the period of 2023 until 2030. The bank is also committed to significantly increase its climate finance project volume in all its operations and interventions, and to reach the target of 35% by 2025. Our current climate finance accounts for 31% of financing in the year 2021. So we almost reached the desired target. Mr. Secretary General, no doubt the development challenges are far-reaching. Therefore, we must collaborate to offer innovative solutions by strengthening intra-trade, intra-investment, and knowledge sharing among member countries. In the 38th ministerial session of the COMSEC, we announced the launch of the first ISDB Group Integration Report, which analyzes the progress of economic integration among ISDB and our common member countries. This report is an important milestone that brings an evidence-based perspective to policy discussions on intra-OIC integration within the OIC 2025 Program of Action Framework. This report will also help us identify the most critical challenges to achieving greater economic integration in the OIC region. I thank my colleagues from the ISDB Group for preparing this report and invite all the esteemed member countries and OIC institutions to share their thoughts on its findings. Mr. Secretary General, heads of OIC institutions, brothers and sisters, the ISDB Group believes that reinforcing its cooperation and collaborative work with the OIC General Secretariat, OIC institutions, and the standing committees, including Al-Quds Committee, COMSEC, COMSTEC, and COMIAC, is a good platform to the partnership to serve the member countries. We value the excellent cooperation with the OIC. As proposed by His Excellency, the President of the Islamic Development Bank Group, Dr. Mohammed Al-Jasser, considering the new realities and priorities of the two institutions and the changes in our member countries' development landscape over the last 12 years, the Memorandum of Understanding, the MOU, on cooperation and coordination framework signed between the OIC General Secretariat and the ISDB Group in 2010 will be revisited. The new MOU will help for better coordination of our efforts and streamlining the areas of mutual interest. I thank Your Excellency once again for the opportunity to address this meeting and pray to Allah the Almighty for our collective success and prosperity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.